Wednesday. Just coming live just for just very few minutes because I discovered something last night. Um, and it came out of me trying Prismacolor pencils in the aviary book. Um, so which it seems like that the mythographics aviary book here, let me switch really quick, seems to like Prismacolors, the paper in it, so I'm trying to find out what kind of paper it is. That's like something I have to do, that's on my list of things to find out. um so yeah, so that whenever I want to work with Prismacolors in the future, I can kind of I can make sure I use those. Okay, like I don't like all this stuff on my desk, but whatever. So I guess while I'm at it, I might as well show the progress on some of my pages here too. So maybe this will be a little longer than I thought, but um, yeah, I may not be on this weekend at all. So this will be the what I would have done Sunday. Um, like I said, crazy time in my life right now, so a lot going on. So, didn't do anything on this page. What I worked on, did I do more in here? I don't think so. But that's this one. And I need to move my keyboard back, but I'm afraid I'm going to drop it if I do. Yeah, let's not do the flip through. Let me just show you what, this is what I started working on with Prismacolors. And I'm going to try to move my keyboard so it won't fall off, but also it will. This is why I haven't been coming live. One reason is just because I really need to get my desk situation fixed, and that's not going to happen right now because it's not a priority. Work is my priority, and other things in my life right now that are going on. So I got to take care of those. Anyway, um, soon, I'll be able to tear up this room and get it the way I want it. But okay, so I used Prismacolors on this page. Um, I just decided, well, um, let's see how they work on this paper, and they really seem to like this paper. And that opened my eyes. This is all Prismacolors. I didn't use any other pencil, no other pen, or anything. So I've been kind of like trying to learn the properties of the Prismacolor pencils from this page, and I'll probably be doing the same with other pages in this book. Um, since I see that the paper seems to really love it. Um, I can't really talk technically or anything about it. Not that I would be able to at any day, but um, the way that Prismacolors kind of like flake and create that dust, it actually seems to work well with this paper because you can use that excess to blend. So you actually use the pigment that flakes off to like blend in. So like I'm ready for that the pigment doesn't lay down like any other pencil that I've used, so and I had that feeling when I had that horrible, those situations with the Prismacolors before. Like what it was doing, it's like, okay, this does not work like other pencils. I figured that out, and so and I didn't like them for that reason. Didn't like them, quote unquote, because I knew what I was coloring and what the paper and whatever. I knew whatever it wasn't the right situation for those pencils at all. So don't try to do it. Don't if something messes up when you use a certain tool, don't keep using that tool to try and fix it because it's going to stay whatever it is going to stay broken, right? Um yeah, so I found that so I've been trying to work with the way that it lays down the pigment and trying to figure out, okay, now how does it work? Because it's, for me, it's almost like pushing a paintbrush. It's almost like oil painting, where like the oil paint takes a long time to dry. It could take days, weeks, or more, depending on how much whatever oil or whatever you put in the pigment. Um, and um, yeah, so I'm used to making that work for me in that setting. Kind of used to that. So yeah, so I'm feeling my way through with the Prismacolors, I guess. I don't know. I'm talking like in circles or something. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. Haven't been feeling well, but anyway, something I did with this, which was interesting. Do I still have the pencils out? Yeah. Um, because you know me and my thing with color, I don't care what's supposed to be or whatever. I just kind of like pull it out and say, oh, I like this color, let's try this. So I started the tree in some spots with this, and it's clay rose, right? It's like clay rose, but it doesn't look clay rose. It looks kind of mommy, looks kind of very brown. I don't know. It was nighttime too, so like it looked good to me then. And I was like, oh, no, no, no. That's, well, eventually I was like, that's kind of pink. I didn't realize it. So let's make it a little browner. I added some of these two in various places. Okay. And this is where you get to where it's like painting for me, which of course, that's what I love. I love painting. Let me try and focus a little bit. And then, let's see that. My hands look like they need lotion or something. They look weird. Anyway, um, what is this, dark brown and sienna brown, and I started doing things with it just to bring out certain colors in certain areas. It really did feel a lot like painting. um and and then I could also go over with the pencil, and I did, in spots where I put this and I put it down like as lines or whatever. I could go over with this pencil with the clay rose and kind of blend it in. So I was using this as a blender while also laying down color to kind of, I don't know. I don't know if that's making sense at all. Um, I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about, though, in the Johanna Bashford book in a minute. Um, so anyway, yeah, so I was really getting into that and like, okay, trying to get the feel of that. And I did that with some of the leaves, and this leaf, I don't think I was that successful with doing it. I don't like how it turned out, but I mean, it's okay. I mean, you know, it's colored in, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, I had a hard time finding the greens that I wanted, and I know I should swatch, but like, I don't always do that. I break a lot of rules, just rules, quote unquote, because I don't believe in shoulds. I'm not about shoulds. I'm going to do what I want. I don't care. Um, Sorry, that sounded really mean how it came out. That's how I think it, though, a lot of times. Even when people tell me things, like, oh, I'm going to do what I want, so you can keep talking. But anyway, um, so this is kind of neat. I kind of like this, even though it's not the color I wanted it to be. I kind of like the blending thing, and I used let's see, pencils. Been using this a lot. This artichoke, so I can see. I'm gonna have to buy some open stock of this one because I've been using it quite a bit, not just on this page, but in the Johanna Bashford, on the one page that I decided to go back to and like do something. All of a sudden, I decided that. But yeah, and I don't know if that's because I haven't found my favorite green in the Prismacolor set, or maybe there isn't a green that I want in the Prismacolor set. So this seems like it kind of brings a tone more to what I want it to be in a lot of different things. And I guess it's because of the combination of what's in the pigment, which probably has a little bit of purple, green, and yellow, and something else probably. I don't know. Um, yeah. So this is on my list of to put in my cart at Dick Blick. Yeah, artichoke, more artichoke pencils. Um, what else do I want to show? Yeah, as you can tell, I love red hair. I do. I'm fascinated with red hair. So anyway, I decided right away that I was going to make her hair red somehow, some way. Let's see, what else did I want to say about this? Um, yeah, so there's some. What's my favorite ones on here? My favorite flower on here is probably this one. I feel like that's where I was most successful with what I was trying with my working out of like how do these things work. Um, and I used I have another favorite pencil in here too. Where are you? Here it is. This guy. I love this guy. Sky Blue Light. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of using this a lot like I'm using the artichoke and kind of doing, I put this down as a base on this one. And then I went over it with, in spots with this Blue Lake, which I really like this color too. And I used one of the blues. I can't remember which. I think it might have been ultramarine, either ultramarine or violet blue. I don't remember which. Just trying to like and I'm trying to be very subtle with it. So sometimes I'll like press hard. I vary how I press down and how I lay down the pigment, whether I press hard or soft or whatever. Which also, I don't know. There's something about that um, that seems similar to painting to me too. Just the layering. Um, yeah. So that's one. This one I really liked. This one was really bad, and I actually erased it out last night. I wanted to see, will that erase out? And it's like, yeah, it did, and I'm really glad it did because that was really ugly. I didn't like it. It looked horrible. Can you still see where I erased it? Oh, I can't really see it too much, but yeah, it's on there. Anyway, um, this was the first flower I did on here, and so it looks kind of heavy-handed. So I don't know if I'm gonna just leave it alone or if I'm gonna try and erase some parts out of there. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So I'm kind of sick of working with the blue. So it's but I'm also trying to get everything that's blue done in here before I move on to another flower because I want to put these pencils away and get out the ones I'm going to use for, the flowers down here. Oh, you can't even see where my hand is. Flowers at the bottom. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Flowers at the bottom here. Um, let's see. Yeah, so that's what, this is my Prismacolor discovery page. These freaking the greens I'm having issues and I don't have the room or space to like pull out the pencils to really or the time to really inspect the greens that I have in that set and like try and find one I like. I don't have time to do that. And I just this is what I just bring out the book and start coloring. That's my goal. And just to relax for a minute before I get back to work or whatever, trying to solve somebody else's problem or whatever. And that's it. So I haven't done anything else in this page. You can't really see it. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I can't move the camera right now. Too much going on. Did I do anything else on this page? I don't really want to go through that. I did do a little in this page with this bird. I added brown, and I actually used this brown, the Prismacolor, and that might have been, was that where everything started? That might have been where things started with me and the using the Prismacolors. Yes. You know what? I think I actually started with a neon too. There were two things I did. Prismacolor brown and this and the bird. And I says, what would happen if I put neon over these lotus flowers? Because I didn't like the colors of them. And I think I mentioned that before. I didn't like how they turned out. Um, and I thought, well, wouldn't it be great to find a use for neon pencils? And I think I may have, because I went in on the lotus flowers and it kind of like made them pop a little bit more. I kind of like put it in spots to kind of like as to make them pop. I don't know formal terminology or anything. Um, I'll give a close up of it another time. I don't have time for that now. But I'm sorry, I sound like kind of agitated and rushed, but that's because I kind of am agitated and rushed. Got a lot going on. Um, but I wanted to share this. This is the main reason why I said I need to go live today. I need to say this because this was really cool. And I just discovered it all of a sudden last night. Before I went to bed, I decided to do a little coloring. And I was like, oh my gosh. So this is from, this page is out of Johanna Bashford's Worlds of Wonder. I had only this colored, right? And I thought, well, I don't really care about this page anyway. Let's just do something. I don't know. I just was like, let's just do something. Well, in that process, first of all, like I've been like working my oranges like dogs. This doesn't look like a Prismacolor, is it? Nope, it's not. Um, Working these like crazy on that woman's hair, right? This is like crimson red. I can't quite see that. Let's show them. Maybe that will help. Then I'll have to say them, which isn't very accessible minded, but I gotta put on my glasses to read them, and I don't feel like doing that either right now. Where is it? I can't tell. Uh, um, I can see this says poppy red. I can read that. I just can't read the orange one. Anyway, um, first thing I did on this page actually was let's take a Prismacolor and just like see if we can make that thing not look so flat. And I used yeah, I went and I used the red as I started with. It was a little drastic, but then I went in with the yellow, which I don't know, it's here somewhere. I went in with the Prismacolor yellow pencil. Is it this one? Maybe it is this one. Deco Yellow, it says. And I was able to go over it and like blend in again, like I did with the artichoke pencil on the other page, and blend it in. Okay. So it was a little too red. So like I went in with the brown and softly and just like added that in to kind of like bring that down a little bit. Then I went in other places with the brown as well, and then I blended it with the yellow. And this is probably something that people who are like real, you know, real colorists and real artists, probably something they already know. So, but like it was a discovery for me, that I got really excited about. It's like, oh, I can use these pencils. I knew I would be able to eventually, but I just didn't, you know, I just hadn't done anything with them yet. Um, and they're open stock, which is like I love because then I can replace the ones I use up the most. Um, and this is kind of practice too for me. One thing that I knew I wanted to try doing with Prismacolors was to do a still life drawing. Um, and because they seemed to lend themselves to the kind of blending um, process, just like oil paint. So I knew I had that already in my mind. I was going to do that, but I haven't had time to create that setup. And I figure, well, summertime. I already have the picture that I want to do too. Like I took a photograph of something in my kitchen that I said that looks like a drawing. Anyway, something to draw. Anyway, um, This really opened my eyes to something. This was what made me want to do this video and come live, even though like I got a crap load of work to do, which I will be getting to as soon as I'm done with this. But yeah, that totally like it was like a light bulb. Um and I don't know how limey these guys look. They look almost like limes when they're like about to spoil. I've had a few of those. Too many. More than I'd like to count because I hate when food spoils. Um I used let's see if I can find the pencil. Is this the blue or the I used the violet. Where's the violet? Where's the violet? Oh, it's right here. The first thing I did, yeah, violet. The first thing I did to this lime, all of these, was I used the violet to in the dark spots, outlines, things like that. Mostly the outlines, and I can actually do one in front of you. This is. I wish that one were more out there. I didn't really want to commit to making these at, but like, let's do it. I'm just gonna do it right now and show you how I got this. And I just was kind of amazed. It's like, oh, light bulb came on. Let's do one. I'm gonna do one in front of you, just so you can see. Now, something about these, I know the sharpening thing is an issue. Um, what seems to be most successful for me right now is the comb sharpener. That's what I've been using, and I've been using the smaller um hole. But I actually am trying not to sharpen them because it seems I don't know, I'm scared. And now I do need to put on my glasses. Okay, how many minutes are we at? 22. I'm trying not to go for more than 30 because yeah. So this is how I did those other ones. And I guess in part I just wanted to record it so I'd remember myself. But so I'm just going really lightly here, but then I went darker there. And like I said, this is something other people probably already know. So it's just like, when you finally light bulb comes on for you in your, eureka moment is if you feel like I don't know, you just feel good. Um Might as well do this one too. And I'm just following Johanna's little dots there too, for whatever reason. Just because I can. Just follow them just a little bit. Even though that might not really be the right way to do like physically the dots don't necessarily mean they're darker, but no. That's just what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, and I'm partially doing this so I can remember what I did. So yeah. So now I'm going over with the artichoke and just really lightly. And for me, this is kind of practice for how to use these when I do that still life. So, but I also feel like because it's kind of my habit, I just slip into this mode whenever I do any observational um, creating with color, particularly with color. Um, that I slip into this mode where it's like I just really I'm not trying to sound weird or nothing, but where I like become one with the object and I'm just into it and I'm thinking from some other part of my brain, from my subconscious, and I'm not my shoulds. There's no shoulds or anything. I'm just like, what do I see? What do I see? And I'm letting it translate directly from my brain um, to the paper and bypass all the other stuff that's telling me like how something should look. And it's amazing what happens afterwards. I'm not saying it's perfection, but it's like, oh wow, that kind of looks like it. I can tell that's what it's supposed to be, which is always good when something looks like it what it's supposed to be. Sometimes it's good when it doesn't too, but I'm trying to remember again. How did I do this? But I feel like I did the purple a little darker in those, but than the ones I did last night. And I always in my head I have this thing. Where's the light coming from? That has always puzzled me. I have difficulty with that. I probably, I could do some exercises or something to practice that, but like, I don't feel like doing that. I'm not really, I don't know what to say. I'm not really a trained artist, so I just got to take a couple art classes um, in graduate school, just as an electives, just to finish, and I was, or was it undergrad? Because I transferred and I was like a non-traditional learner because I was an adult. I didn't get to go to college until I was old. Um, and I transferred, and um, so now I'm gonna go in with the yellow. Um, and so um, yeah, so it's like I've always like had been somebody who would do fashion drawings, so it was always in me, but like nothing. I wasn't ever in a setting where my gifts or whatever talents were cultivated. I was kind of left to my own devices everywhere. I never really had a mentor or anybody to help me do anything. Um, so yeah, I feel like I think I did the artichoke much darker than the other ones. But we're gonna find out the difference between them right now. We're gonna find out. So like yellow and purple make brown, basically, is what they do. So that's kind of what's happening with this a little bit. Now going back in with the artichoke. Yeah, so yeah, this is art has always been in me, but not it's one of the many things that's always been in me, but was never, nobody ever would help me with it. Just like I said, when I was in fashion college in my 20s, which that was such a joke of a college. Okay. That's a place where, okay, I got an A in psychology, like really, like, an A in psychology in fashion school is like, okay, that's not really, most people are like failing that and not doing well. So, like, that was really not the place for me to be. But anyway, um, in fashion school, let's see, so I'm hoping you can see kind of what's happening, even though, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm hoping you can see it because that's one reason why I wanted to record this for other people just to kind of see it and see how they could do that also, do this also, and get something they want out of something they're, um, I don't know which green I want to use. I'm going to use this one. What is it? Prussian green? I can't remember. Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding, I don't know, what green really works for me in Prismacolor, but maybe it is a kind of set where, like, you need to blend to your green. So yeah, I do feel in some ways, well, it kind of looks like a rotting lime, or a lime, rotting lime is what I mean to say. But whatever. The main thing is that I learned something, and also that the. I didn't finish this page for a long time because, okay, kind of got a little too hard with the green there. So I can't color and talk at the same time. Not if no. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It kind of looks like an avocado. Anyway, um, hmm, I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah, that's talking about the fashion college. I know I told the story before that I was a better fashion illustrator as far as drawing the women with clothes on than my instructor. Like I was as good or better. Um, but I just didn't know any of the technical things, and I didn't know, like, adding color to it, how to do that, because a lot of times you use watercolors or markers. I had no skill with that. Um, Using the press board or whatever, I didn't know anything about that. I just could draw women with clothes on, and I could make it look good because I'd been doing it since I was 4 years old for whatever reason. So so I didn't actually get help from her because I was better than her, so she didn't really care for that. I mean, she wasn't mean about it, but I think in a way she was kind of puzzled. Like, why are you here? I'm like, it's the only place that will let me in. That's why I'm here. I don't know. It's really weird. That's been my life. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that there like that. So yes, I'm using this as a blender. So I can see that some of these Prismacolor pencils are really going to be on my constant purchase list, um, when it comes to doing this kind of thing. And so I'm kind of in my mind, I'm kind of keeping an eye on which ones those are, because I plan to continue using them in that way. Okay, that didn't turn out too bad. So that actually looks a little better than that one because it looks a little greener. So let's stick to the Prussian. Make sure we use the Prussian green. So that's how I did that. Started off with the violet blue? Violet blue. No, violet. Violet. Started off with the violet. Excuse me. Went in with the artichoke. Then went in with the, what is this? Deco yellow, and like blended things in. Then went in with the Prussian green lightly to kind of lay down color to make it all more green. And then I went back in with the Deco yellow and blended. So, and I really like this because it looks very painterly to me. And yeah, I love painting. I love color. I love the manipulation of color. That's like my whole thing. There's something about it for me that is like, um words can't really describe. I dream in color too. I actually dream in color. I say sometimes I dream in Technicolor. I mean, I really do. And sometimes I dream of things, scenes or rooms that like stay in my head that I want to draw or color or something. So I don't know. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to show today was basically how I did that with the Prismacolors, and I finally found out what they're good for and what they're good for me. Um, that's it for me for today, and hope y'all have a good day. Now I got to get to work. Take care.